Let's get to your reporting with Pete Thamel. I'll give you the floor on what you reported yesterday, and I could start following up here. Dan?
All right. Well, Michigan is expected to suspend head coach Sherrone Moore 2 games this upcoming season. Self-imposed suspension of the head coach in ahead of the finally NCAA hearing on the Connor Stalions advanced scouting sign stealing situation that happened back in 2023. This stems from a level 2 violation that the NCAA put on Moore for deleting a text thread between Stalions and himself. He was the offensive coordinator in 2023. The day the story first broke, he deleted that text thread. Now, they found the text. You don't really delete anything on your phone. Word to the wise. Don't bother. They're going to find it. And he's going to miss 2 games because he deleted it. If he hadn't, there's nothing incriminating in the text thread, but it was deemed a failure to comply, or that was the allegation. And so he's going to get suspended. Now, the interesting wrinkle, it is games 3 and 4 that Michigan want to suspend him for, not games 1 and 2, which would make kind of more sense to most of us. We don't know exactly why, but the theory is game 2 for the Wolverines is at Oklahoma, where Sherrone Moore graduated from and played offensive line. So perhaps he wants to coach at Oklahoma, which would be a great moment for him. And then he'll set out Central Michigan and at Nebraska. Like a good Sooner, he doesn't want to go to Lincoln. So
good one.
Maybe that's it, but that's the 2 games suspend. That's what the NCAA does not have to accept this, but usually they do.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Michigan self-suspended Jim Harbaugh for 3 games, and then the Big Ten came in for 3 more later on in the season. And that's still not enough, I guess, for the NCAA. But you pointed out this is separate from Harbaugh. It has specifically to do with Sherrone Moore because he deleted texts, and you already front-loaded the answer to my next question. Is what was no, it's fine. It's what was in it, because it sounds like he's suspended for 2 games. He's going to suspend himself for 2 games. There must be something incriminating in those texts that he deleted. So we do know what was in those texts. What's to the best of your knowledge what were in the text that Sherrone Moore in that chain with Connor Stalions that he deleted, Dan?
Nothing that indicated that he knew what Connor Stalions was doing is really it. And I mean, there were things like, hey, don't forget to talk to this recruit. It's really only about 57 text messages over a few years. So it wasn't like they were in constant communication or anything. There were some, hey, this is the Blitz package. I think there was something about a Blitz package that Michigan State uses or something like that. But again, this would be normal text that an analyst, which I think would best describe Connor Stalions' official role, and a coordinator would have, right? Would be, hey, this is what's going on. It was not Sherrone Moore saying, hey, make sure you scout the Buckeye game, to send your cousin to the Buckeye game to film the sideline. That did not occur. So there's still no knowledge, no information. And believe me, the NCAA would be all over it if there was, that Sherrone Moore knew what Connor Stalions was doing. But this is, again, more of a process crime. This is how these kind of things go, and NCAA violations. Now, on that Harbaugh, his first 3 games, you got, Rich, you've been through a lot. You've highs and lows. There's a lot of violations, a lot of cases in Michigan. The first one, 3-game suspension, was for the
hamburger, the cheeseburger, right? The cheeseburger.
It's called COVID. meeting with recruits during a dead period,
right? Which
has been termed into a cheeseburger by the Michigan fans. You can't meet with recruits when you're not allowed to. It was during COVID. So that was that one. And then the other 3 were by the Big Ten for the Connor Stalions situation.
Right.
There's a lot of suspensions. Sherrone Moore was suspended before. This is his second suspension. But to your point about the suspensions, Michigan had tried to get a different suspension of 4 games for Harbaugh, and the NCAA rejected it, wanted 6. I don't know where that ended up. Harbaugh is going to get hit on this thing probably with a show cause that he can't coach in college football for a couple years, which means absolutely nothing. So there, I don't know what penalties are coming for Michigan, but I don't think there's going to be a whole lot more, perhaps, than losing Sherrone Moore for a couple games, some recruiting restrictions, things like that. We will see, though.
Well, I mean, the irony is that if Sherrone Moore misses the Central Michigan game, Dan, that's the sideline on which Connor Stalions showed up like he was Bobby Valentine trying to sneak back into the dugout, in one of the most comical, if it was funny, situations of this whole thing that is beyond pathetic with Connor Stalions. And that's kind of where I'm landing, Dan. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.